In 2017, Mojang released Minecraft China, a special Chinese version of everyone's favorite game that skyrocketed Minecraft to over 1 billion players worldwide. But they weren't alone. 2 years before Mojang, a Chinese ripoff of Minecraft launched to hundreds of millions of players. What followed was a war between Minecraft and Miniworld and the biggest Chinese lawsuit of all time. It's time to talk about the Minecraft ripoff that almost took over China. But first, we should talk about Minecraft, specifically Minecraft in China. 10 years ago, playing Minecraft in China kinda sucked. See, the internet in China is heavily censored. Google and Wikipedia are blocked, along with a lot of other American sites, and even searching for the wrong thing can get you banned from the internet. It was no different for Minecraft. If you wanted to play the world's favorite video game, you had to put in the work. Even if you managed to get your hands on Minecraft, you'd still never be able to join the rest of the world. You'd be stuck on the few small Chinese servers that existed. In reality, most people either pirated Minecraft or they didn't play it at all, which meant that for 1.4 billion people in China, Minecraft basically didn't exist. But for two Chinese game developers, opportunity was knocking at the door. Meet Zhen Xingguo and Zisheng Zhang, two names I probably just destroyed. They realized that without Minecraft, there was a gaping hole in the market, and if they could fill it, they could also fill their wallet and probably several bank vaults. So, in June of 2015, they opened the Minnovate game studio and got to work on their very own Minecraft clone, tailor-made for Chinese gamers. But they weren't the only ones. Across the country, hundreds of developers were working on their own version of Minecraft, hoping to slice a piece off Mojang's pie. It was an absolute gold rush, a race that anyone could win. But by the end of the year, Minnovate came out on top with the very first version of Miniworld. And Miniworld was no ordinary ripoff. By 2016, it had launched on Windows and mobile across the country. In 2017, it went international, and by 2018, it had over 200 million users and 50 million active players. That made Miniworld one of the largest video games that China had ever seen. By all measures, it was a success. There was only one problem. Let's rewind to 2016. Miniworld was growing fast and had just launched on PC. They were finally filling in that Minecraft-shaped gap in the Chinese market. But where was Minecraft during all this? Well, up until 2015, releasing Minecraft in China wasn't really an option. Sure, Minecraft was huge at that point, it had over 80 million players, but Mojang was still just a tiny studio in Sweden. But, as we all know, Microsoft bought Mojang at the end of 2014 for a hefty $2.5 billion, and they weren't spending that money for no reason. Minecraft had to expand, and the first stop on their world tour was China. Unlike Mojang, Microsoft had the resources and connections to make Minecraft China happen, and in 2016, that's exactly what they did. On May 20th, Mojang announced an exclusive partnership with NetEase, the Chinese tech giant behind Marvel Rivals, to officially release Minecraft across the nation. But it wasn't going to be easy. China's harsh rules on video games meant that if they even wanted a chance of launching Minecraft China Edition, they would have to make some changes. They started to censor chat, books, signs, and anything else that might hold content the government didn't want you to see. They forced you to link your Minecraft account with your government ID, tying every Minecraft player to a real person. They blocked every language except Chinese and kicked you off the game if you logged in from outside of China. And they also made some stranger changes that you wouldn't expect, adding official gambling for in-game money and entirely new game modes that look more like crazy mod packs. In the end, Minecraft China Edition became its own thing, completely detached from the rest of the world, but the absolute perfect game in China. 1 year later, Minecraft China Edition officially launched to amazing success, but there was still one obstacle in their way. For years before Minecraft China came out, clones and ripoffs had dominated the Chinese market, Miniworld the king of them all. But it wasn't like in the West where ripoffs pop up every few months, get a few thousand players, and shut down the next year. These games had an entire community building new game modes and unique mods for millions of players. In fact, some of the clones had been transformed so much they barely even resembled Minecraft. People weren't so quick to abandon their favorite games, and considering the money-making machines they had built, developers weren't keen on quitting either. Legally, Minecraft might have been the OG, but in China, they were the new kids on the block, a single fish floating in a sea of blocky survival games. Minecraft China would have to take out the competition one ripoff at a time. The war had begun. Clone after clone fell at Minecraft's feet. After all, NetEase had them dead to rights, and fighting them could mean years in court and millions of dollars in lawyer fees. But as they cleared the weeds out from around Minecraft, one game wouldn't budge: Miniworld. They were in too deep to quit. In fact, they were bigger than Minecraft itself. And when NetEase made the mistake of shutting Minecraft PE down, then delaying the release of Minecraft China Edition, millions of would-be Minecraft players flocked to Miniworld. Rumors began to spread that Miniworld actually came first. It apparently released back in 1982, but was pulled from shelves when its developer died from old age. His grandson re-released it in 2015, but by that time, Minecraft had copied their game. Of course, we all know that that's the craziest thing that anyone has ever said, but these were kids that had never even heard of Minecraft, and they believed it. So, with their community rallying behind them, Minovate did the unthinkable. They fought back against Mojang. When Mojang sent them a cease and desist, they ignored it. When Mojang sued them for $3 million, they went to court to say that no, they were in the right. And when they lost that lawsuit, instead of giving up, they took their case to the second biggest court in all of China, the High People's Court in Guangdong. They truly believed that they could win. How wrong they were. It turns out Minovate didn't innovate, at least when it came to Miniworld. On November 22nd of 2022, the Guangdong High People's Court found 230 elements of Miniworld that were stolen directly from Minecraft. Everything from entering the Nether with an obsidian portal to so-called blue power lines that were secretly called redstone dust in the game's code. Frankly, they didn't even try to hide it, and that came back to bite them. Minovate was forced to shut down Miniworld until they could clean up shop and make a public apology for their years of stealing from Minecraft. But that was a slap on the wrist compared to the fine they faced for their crimes. The team behind Miniworld was ordered to pay 50 million Chinese yuan, or about $7 million, to compensate NetEase for their blatant theft, making this case the biggest lawsuit in Chinese history. Today, Miniworld is still around, both in China and across the world. In fact, you might have come across it scrolling through the App Store looking for Minecraft. But behind that cute, blocky dinosaur costume is one of the craziest stories in Minecraft history. A story filled with rumors, lies, theft, and a $7 million bounty for the Minecraft ripoff that almost took over China. Thank you all for watching, and have a good one. Peace, peace.